Hi, water signs. This is Nikki, the Van Mystic. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good month so far. I am here to do a reading for all of you for the second half of August 2019. So this is a little mid-month check-in reading to help give you some guidance and insight for the next couple of weeks for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces people. So if you are a water sign, you're in the right place. If you're not a water sign, there are also video readings on my channel for fire signs, earth signs, and air signs, so you can go check those out. And while these readings are intended for sun signs, if you're drawn to watch or you're guided to watch for your moon sign, rising sign, or another one of your placements, you can go right ahead and do that. Do whatever you feel guided to do, okay? And lastly, I want to say that if you're sitting here right now and August 2019 has long since passed, that is totally fine, okay? There's a reason that you have been sent here and you are sitting here watching this reading. There is a message in this reading for you regardless of the time or the place. There's a lot of leaf blowing going on today and it's very unpredictable. So, I'm sorry if you hear that come through and it drowns out my meditation music and my beautiful voice. We're going to do the best that we can, okay? Okay, so today I am using the Brady Tarot, and I am also using the Wisdom of the Four Winds Oracle deck, so I'm going to be using two decks today. Like I said, guidance and insight for all of you for the next couple of weeks. We're going to start how I usually start these readings, and it will flow in the way that I usually do these readings. If you don't know how that is, well, you're about to find out. It's pretty straightforward, and we start by taking a look at the energy of these next couple of weeks for you. Okay, so energy for the next couple of weeks for my water signs, for my Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces people. What is coming up? What is coming through for the second half of August 2019? What should you expect? Okay. Okay, so I've got the Hierophant reverse and I've got air, freedom, okay? And what I'm hearing come through is the word misunderstanding, okay? So it just sort of feels like your signals are getting crossed with people maybe a little bit more often than usual, or you're trying to learn something and you're having a really hard time wrapping your head around it or integrating it in some way. But it feels very restrictive and it feels very constricting, whatever this is. And it's as if you are trying to understand and you feel like you have to understand, and you're kind of just like getting really tense over it, and it's just creating more tension and more misunderstanding. And so that there's a need to just kind of free yourself from feeling like you need to figure things out. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to understand everyone. You don't need to understand everything, okay? So if you find yourself getting into these situations where you just feel like you're not getting it or somebody's not getting you, and you're sort of like forcing it to make sense, you're forcing things to work, just take a step back and give yourself permission to not have all the answers and not have to figure out. Liberate yourself, okay? Free yourself from needing to resolve everything, needing to know everything. It's just kind of like wires might be getting crossed, confusion may be coming up, misunderstandings are coming up, so don't put too much pressure on yourself and don't put too much pressure on having all the answers, like I said, okay? So how can you best do that? How can you best flow with this energy? How can you best work with this energy and this potential for misunderstandings to come up and come through? Let's see what we've got. Sorry, closing windows because I'm a professional. Okay, so how can you best work with this energy, my water signs? How can you best flow with this energy together? How can you best let go of these misunderstandings or this need to have all the answers and to figure everything out? What is the best solution here? What are you being asked to do with this energy? Okay. Okay. So, we have got the Three of Feathers, Vantage reversed, and we have got Albatross, the returning. Okay. So here is what I feel when I look at this. Trying to find the words. So I feel when I look at the Vantage reversed, it's sort of like you feel safe when you have all of the answers. You feel safe when you know what everyone else is thinking and when you have an idea of what is unfolding and what is going on. And part of the energy that's happening over the next couple of weeks, it kind of prevents you from seeing everything. And that can be scary and frustrating, and it can make you feel unsafe in some ways. So you are being asked to sort of return to your comfort zone when this starts to happen. So instead of trying to like force and uncover or manipulate or, get answers that you're just like not meant to have or figure things out that you're just like, you don't really need to understand, just go back to something that you're comfortable with. Go back to what you know, okay? You don't always have to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. And over these next couple of weeks, you're being asked not to push yourself too hard, not to break yourself open, trying to understand something or someone, okay? Or trying to get someone to understand you, okay? So go back to what is comfortable to you, and go back to just what feels good to you. Don't worry so much about getting outside of your box right now. If you are feeling like you're uncomfortable and you don't get something, or there's a misunderstanding or something like that, it's okay. It's okay. You don't need to know why, and you don't need to know how right now. For now, just take a step back, go home, take a nice bath, whatever it is that you like to do, okay? Right now is just not necessarily the time to try to resolve and try to expand and try to learn. Just try to take care of yourself, okay? Just try to turn within and do what feels comfortable. Okay, so next we are going to pull a card or two to represent your focus for the next couple of weeks. So something that you can be focusing on, putting your intention into, and putting your energy into. We can't really control the energy of the next couple of weeks, right? But you can kind of pick something to put your intention and your energy into. So what should that be for you? Okay. Okay, great. So many birds. We've got the Lovers reverse, picturing two birds here, and we've got Kingfisher, vigilance, okay? So focus on your intimate relationships right now, and focus on aligning and finding harmony within your intimate and close relationships. So within your partnerships, close friends, family members, things like that. I really feel like there's a need to kind of think small picture, not so big picture right now, right? So focus on the things that are really and truly important and close to you and close to your heart right now, and focus on aligning the things that already exist in your life and already are kind of important in your life, okay? So if you have any tension or conflicts within some of your close, intimate relationships and partnerships, put your focus there instead of, focusing so much on the big picture and the things outside of your control and the things that feel kind of just like separate from you that you're still trying to understand and resolve in some way, okay? So think small picture, think like home life, things like that. Put your focus and attention there, and on the kind of like immediate things that need your attention. Like better communication with your partner, better communication with your kids, or with your boss even, something like that. Maybe not your boss, actually. I feel like this really has more to do with like love, and this has more to do with, family, close friends, and, there's really like those heart connections that you have. So, not necessarily trying to understand things outside of like your immediate home life in a way, okay? So put your attention into your home life, aligning with your intimate and close partnerships and relationships over the next couple of weeks. And don't worry so much about the rest, okay? It's just not important right now. Okay, so next, a card or two to represent where your focus should not be over the next couple of weeks, my water signs. So something that might be coming in to distract you, take you off of your true path, away from your focus. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay. So, it's harsh. Getting a little harsh with my cards here. Okay, so we've got the Seven of Arrows, Guile, okay, which would be the Seven of Swords traditionally. And we have Knowledge, okay. So this is where your focus should not be over the next couple of weeks. And what I see here is this kind of like, this kind of knowledge that is outside of you or outside of your reach, or something that maybe you've abandoned or something you've been wanting to learn but you haven't gotten around to yet. It's kind of like this meaningless stuff. That's the word that's coming to my head. It's meaningless. It's unnecessary. It's just like extra stuff that you're putting your energy into understanding that is not really helpful for your immediate life and for your growth and for your path, right? So it's kind of this like superfluous sort of like areas of focus that are just coming in to take you away from what really needs your attention, like some of that home life stuff and some of those intimate relationships and things like that. So it's almost like you are seeking knowledge outside of yourself, or you're trying to learn from situations and things that aren't really like necessarily for you or helpful for you. So it's kind of like for some of you, I even feel like maybe there is something that you abandoned along the way. Like you started to learn about something thinking that it was important and you just like couldn't really get into it, but you still have this like attachment to it. Like you still think it's important for some reason. So you keep going back to it and like trying to put your energy into it, some of you, and it's just like, no, that's not for you. You don't need to understand that. You don't need to know that. That's not important for your life right now. It's not important for the next couple of weeks, okay? So avoid getting into stuff like that. And then it's also things I feel for some of you, like that you see other people doing and you're like, oh, well, I have to learn about that if I want to be good at what I'm doing. No, you don't, okay? Do what feels right to you. Do what feels good to you and do what feels like you're naturally good at, okay? Don't get distracted by like these big words and these big terms and these big like things that other people are throwing out there. You don't need that, okay? Like for some of you, it feels like you feel like you need to get like some kind of certificate or something like that in order to do what you're doing or in order to be better at what you're doing. It's just a distraction. You don't need it, okay? So try not to get sort of like lost in what other people are doing or lost in this knowledge that you think that you need, that you don't need. You have everything that you need right in front of you. So focus on what's in front of you and don't let some of this stuff kind of keep you from your own life, right? Don't let it make you think that your life and what you're doing is any less than it is. You don't need all of that extra stuff. You don't need all of those frills, okay? So just leave some of that behind and don't let it sort of like take up too much of your time and energy. It just feels sort of like a wasted effort, okay? Okay, so lastly, my water babes, a card or two to represent your lesson for these next couple of weeks. Okay, so what are we learning? What is this all about? What are these couple of weeks teaching you? What is the takeaway, right? So what are you walking away with at the end of these couple of weeks? Okay, so we have got the Six of Roots, which would be the Six of Pentacles, or it says altruism. And then we have Dragonfly, magic, okay? So altruism is really about, and what I'm feeling come through from this, is sacrificing your needs for the greater good or for the needs of other people. And so I feel very much like there is a need to, and what this couple of weeks is really teaching you that it's not always in your highest good to put what other people are doing before you put what you are doing. It's almost like you have magic, okay? You have magic. You have what you need. It's all inside of you. So do your best not to get distracted by what other people are doing or what you think you should be doing for other people or what you think you should be doing that other people are doing, right? It's kind of like just stop looking outside of yourself and stop putting other people on a pedestal Stop, romanticizing or idealizing what other people are doing and thinking that you need to be doing that. It's time to find the magic inside of yourself and bring it through in a really authentic way, okay? And to really put that first and to value that and to find the value in that and to realize that your magic is valuable, even if you don't have the certificate or you don't have the words for it or you're not using the same words as somebody else, right? So this couple of weeks really needs to be about you and really just looking at what is right in front of you and what is within you instead of looking like way outside of yourself and allowing that to define you somehow. Okay, water signs. So I hope that was helpful for all of you. I hope you found wisdom and guidance in that for your next couple of weeks, for the rest of August. I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful month. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel while you are here, and please like this with the little thumbs up button below if you loved this reading and it was helpful for you. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can do that on my website, thevanmystic.com. I'll write it in the description box below. And of course, follow me on Instagram if you're not following me already, at thevanmystic. Okay, so I will see you all in a couple of weeks for your next reading. Bye!